Welcome back to Twins World, all about parenting. Thank you so much for liking all our videos and sharing it and subscribing our channel. The purpose of this channel is to promote the parenting skills because there is no specialized training how to become a father or mother. It's a universal process that we all become father and mother. So whatever knowledge I have gained, whatever experience I have, I wish to help the younger generation who's coming up so that we can bring better generation. And one thing I want to tell you that the education of the job is not describing what a person is. It is the human nature, the humble nature, the values and ethics, what a person can have, help him throughout his life till he reach the last point. So we are coming to today's episode, that is temper tantrum. Temper tantrum is an expression of a child's frustration, and it is always seen as an emotional or physical challenge where the child ends up in whining, that is a high shrill cry, or kicking, hitting, head banging, that is they will hit their head anywhere, or any kind of breath holding spells, whereas we end up getting scared and we will hospitalize the child. But it is just a behavioral issue with the child which can be normally seen in any of the genders at the age of 1 to 3. Even though temper tantrums is very frustrating for any parents of this particular age group, understand this is a phase of the life and it will move on. But once after 4 years or 3 years, if the intensity of this kind of behavior is increasing, then we need to have a check on it, why this kind of character is there in the people or the children. If you basically see why a child come up with temper tantrums in this particular age group is, after 1 year, the child is able to understand that he or she is different from the father and mother. So what happens is they understand they are independent and they want to do all the activities by themselves. But they, being kids, not able to do the way they are expected to do, this will make them end to cry or do all the variety of activities that can be put it under the term of temper tantrum. As parents, we need to learn how to manage temper tantrums because we cannot throw them out. We need to teach them, or we need to train them to behave in a better way so that the peace of the house can be maintained. And then the first thing is the character modification of the parent. If I need to train my child, I should be trained first. So any professional course if you go, you need to undergo 3 years or 4 years of training. Same way, if you want your child to be calm and cool, first I need to understand that I need to have a calm and cool attitude. So if I have tantrums, as an adult also we can throw tantrums like anything. The outburst or the meltdown process, we call it as tantrums in children. If I have this kind of character, I need to undergo a behavior modification so that I can train my child not to have that particular character. The second way of managing tantrums is give them your time and attention. So you need to understand that when you are giving your quality time means you are not disturbed or distracted in any ways, like keeping the mobile with you or reading the newspaper or doing your own activity. That is not a quality time. You are going to sit with your body and your thought process, everything with the child. That is not a quality time. Give them, talk to them, reward them with the good words for the good works they do, so they will be happy that they are able to do it. Avoid giving gift for all these activities because once you started giving gift to them, they expect gift all the time. That become a give and take relationship. So we should not encourage that kind of character in children. In case of our life, if I am thinking about, I don't remember that can keep us thrown tantrums like that. I feel the reason is I or Jones was available for them whenever they need. So parental approach or the presence of parents with the children cannot be replaced by anyone because they play an important role in their life. And I always understand that Jones or I always listen to them and answer them because that is what they want. For that they are showing the tantrums. And once you are giving what you are supposed to give, then when the child is raising the voice, we have the right to speak to them. Next point what we can understand is give a limited freedom of their expression or decision making. Understand, decision making is a very important need of a human being, and from this childhood we are encouraging them to make little choice of their interest, like we are giving two shirts and asking which color shirt you want. So we are asking them which color they want, not taking the entire shirts what is there in the cupboard. So this kind of decision making help them to bring decisions in their life, because we can see that if the parents are so dominant or authoritative or doing out of love, doing everything for the child, that it means feeding the child with fish instead of teaching them how to fish, what is happening is the child is always looking upon the parents to take even tiny decisions. So this kind of small activities of the parents to exercise the independence help them to grow as good decision makers, thinking the pros and cons of each and every solution. Now the important point we need to understand that avoid things or situations what you don't want to give them from out of their sight as well as out of their reach. So one of the example what I would like to say is when we used to go to mall, there were toy train. So first time they told that we want to go to toy train, we went in that, and once I got out from that I said that this is the first and last time I can take you, because every time it is not affordable to take the toy train whenever we are going to mall. So next time when we went, we avoided taking that route so that they will not see that toy train again, and whenever they have seen they asked us, but we said no, and that no has something to do because we already explained that this will not be repeated second time. And if my child is continuously asking it even though I explain, the next method of managing tantrum is ignore them, because whatever they're showing, ignore them and allow the child to ventilate or express it out what they want to do. We can listen whatever they are speaking very carefully and we can give them answers, but that doesn't mean that whatever the child speaks we need to do it for them. If you see, when grandparents are involved in the parental care, what is happening, even though as a father or mother he or she may be strict, but when it became grandchildren, they are already goes down to a level they will do anything. In our mother tongue there is a proverb, if you ask for a moon, the grandparents are ready to give the moon for that particular baby. So this kind of character need to be cut out in an initial stage itself, otherwise as days goes by it is difficult for the parents. Another important point what we can think about in managing tantrums is distract the child. Understand, this 1 to 3 year old children or little more elder children have a very small attention span. So this reduced attention span can be well utilized to avoid the tantrums, because the child will ask for it, distract the child or give something new so that the child will forget about this particular activity and involve with the next thing. So use this technique of distracting the attention of the child for managing tantrums. Finally, know the limits of the child. Understand if the child is feeling sleepy or the child needs food or the child is being hungry. Understand the child needs the basic needs to be attained. So attend those needs. If the child wants to make him sleep, if you know that this is the routine of the child, don't pull them or stress them for my comfort zone or my activity need to be done. So these are some of the ways you can manage the tantrums. In case the child is showing an intensive way of reaction or tantrums over the age of 3 years, that is something we need to be careful about. So it's always good you go to see a pediatrician or a psychologist to understand what is wrong with the child, because as age goes by, temper tantrum is considered as a behavioral issue. This needs a behavioral modification as well as a treatment if any scientific reasons are there. It can affect the further development of the child or schooling of the child can be developed. Mainly the behavior modification of the parents or the parents around them, or not parents, everyone around them can literally help the child to come up as a good being. So I wish the parents, the people around them, relatives, friends, neighbors, everyone put a good input in our children so that they can become a good human being. Thank you for attending this session, and we are coming up next week with very interesting session, because next week is Christmas and next to next week is New Year. Considering these two auspicious occasions, we are releasing our next 2 episodes on Friday at 10:30, because we need to celebrate it. Thank you. See you soon.